Because the product comes with so many variations on a theme of fabric, from gold for the warm to white for just a neutral, nice, clean reflector fill to the scrims, it just gives me a lot of variables that make my quality of light exactly the way I want it. I can take and produce a open shade image whenever I want, a direct sunlight image, but soft, diffused, direct sun, to backlit front fill. And it's all in one or two of the products. Durability isn't really, it's never come into question. The way these products are made, they're absolutely remarkable. Lightweight, very sturdy, great materials. Peter's done his homework on how to produce these and make them durable for travel. As far as traveling goes, they're lightweight, which in now today's times, the way we have to fly, they're really killing me on weights on the airplanes. I mean, anything over about 50 pounds now is an excess baggage charge. Besides the number of bags, weight comes into the whole equation. So for me, being able to carry 4 or 5 of these, a matter of 20 or 30 pounds max, that's a godsend.
One of the techniques that we're also using here, we're using a California Sunbounce sun swatter. It's very portable, so I don't have to set up a big scrim with a bunch of sandbags and stands. One assistant can handhold it real comfortably, even in the windy conditions that we face here. The wind just goes right through it, it doesn't even really move. We're using a 1/3 f-stop fabric. There's different fabrics, but we're using the 1/3 because I do want some of that sun to give me the shine and the stars with the scarf and the accoutrements on the costume that she's wearing. The 1/3 stop takes just enough of the harshness at this time of the day, which is really the wrong time of the day to be shooting, but with the sun swatter we're able to do that, especially since we're overpowering the sun and we're going up to f22. Normally the sun here would be f16, and it just creates a brilliant effect.
Before we used the floppy circular reflectors and a lot of foam core, shiny boards, stuff like that, which are just basically awkward. The circular ones are not sturdy. Nothing holds up. I mean, it's like sliced bread. It's it's the best thing around. I can't deny it. It'd be going backwards if I went about it any other way these days. It's solid, it's light, it's flexible, it's faster. You know, it just makes my job easier.
I think they're awesome. I stumbled across California Sunbounce a couple years ago, and I was using some reflectors, some other brands, some of the pop-out ones, and I was having the problems that I think a lot of people are having, which is wind. You pretty much write it off. You can't deal with wind. Being able to hold reflectors above people's heads and having the end dip and like hit them in the head, scaring the models, you know, almost seemed like a liability. But once I stumbled on a California Sunbounce, I realized I could have a reflector that I could transport and that was portable but gave me a golden light that I didn't have to rely on my flash if my reflector wasn't cutting it. And these things are amazing. I mean, it makes my pictures look golden, it makes them pop out. And I believe it sets me apart from, you know, the average.
How well does the Sunbounce equipment travel with you, and how do your assistants like it?
It travels really, really well. I keep it living, for the most part, I keep it living in my truck all the time so that I have it with me. And then when I'm on the road, it packs up very, very tiny. And the nice thing is it's so versatile. I can use one frame and have a silk on that frame, a reflector on that frame, a black on that frame if I wanted to, and I have everything I would need.
What about the lighting and the control of the lighting? How important is it to you as a photographer?
That's what makes or breaks the shot for me. I mean, if I didn't have the sun swatter, I'd also see like harsh shadows in her eyes. All the elements come together. If you didn't have the reflector and the rim, she wouldn't separate. You'd have one side would be very hot, you'd have no balance on the other side. She wouldn't separate from the background. So all those little details come together to really help a shot.